Disclaimer: this is a work of fiction created for entertainment purpose only, not affiliated with BTS or Wicked Entertainment. Characters and storylines are fictional and for entertainment purpose only. If you are homophobic, then please just leave. Taekook is funny, promote respect and kindness. Later at night, under the cover in his soft, bunny-themed room, Jungkook lay curled up on the bed with his phone screen lighting up his face. The house was silent. Taehyung had gone to home office and Jungkook had tiptoed away to make sure he wouldn't be heard. The screen blinked. Jimin, video call coming. Jungkook quickly answered and Jimin's cheerful face appeared, lit up in the dramatic bedroom lightning like he was some secret agent on a mission. Jimin, Bunny, you alive? You look like a kicked puppy. Jimin teased, squinting at the screen. Jungkook. Jungkook let out a quick pout, pulling his hoodie strings until only his eyes were peeking out. I feel bad, Jiminy, he whispered. I ignored him again today. He even asked me how my day was. I didn't even tell him about the cookies I baked. Jimin gasped dramatically, tossing his head back like he was in a K-drama. Kim Jong-kook. Are you trying to ruin our mission? Jungkook. I'm not. Jungkook whined, hiding his face in the pillow. I missed him. I missed hugging him. I missed naming him, making him laugh. Jimin, he never used to do any of that, babe. Jimin interrupted with a deadpan face. Jungkook blinked. Alright. Jimin, exactly. Jimin pointed at him through the screen. And what we are trying to do, Jungkook, make him jealous. Jungkook murmured, cheeks puffed out. Jimin, yes, and why is Jungkook so he realizes he has feelings for me and finally stop acting like a cold robot. Jimin, bingo. Jimin grinned. Now don't go soft on me, you squishy dumpling, just a little more and your cold CEO husband is going to come to you crawling, crying, maybe even begging on his knees. Jungkook, I was wrong, please love me. Jungkook couldn't help but giggle softly, he would never do that. Jimin, oh honey, Jimin's men like him, once they fall hard. You just keep being distant, keep smiling at me and keep wearing those fluffy hoodies. I swear he's gonna combust. Jungkook smiled a bit brighter this time, but deep in his heart he still felt that edge. I hope you are right, Jimin. I'm always right, Jimin winked. Now go to sleep and keep ignoring your man. Love is war, babe. Love you, honey. Jungkook, love you too, Jiminy. He whispered a good night, hung up, and snuggled deeper into his blanket, clutching the plush beneath him. Had secretly bought for him last month, even if he never admitted it. What Jungkook didn't know. Outside the slightly open bedroom door, a shadow had walked by moments earlier and paused. Taehyung, his heart had stopped when he heard Jungkook say, love you to Jimin, and now standing alone in the hallway, fist clenched, he whispered to himself, Taehyung, Jimin. Taehyung stood frozen in the dark hallway, hidden behind the wall. Outside Jungkook's room, the soft glow of phone screen had faded, but those words, I love you too, and suddenly everything shattered. Taehyung stepped back, the air knocked from his lungs like he would been punched. So that's what this was. The distance, the silence, the smiles with someone else. It wasn't just his fault. Jungkook was trying to move on with Jimin. His chest edged, but he clenched his jaws and turned away. He didn't go back to the room. He couldn't. Instead, Taehyung walked into his cold, sterile home office and shut the door behind him. The glow of the city outside cast long shadows on the floor as he sank into the leather couch, still in his dress shorts and loosened tie. He stared at the ceiling in silence. His throat felt tight. His mind was a storm. Jungkook's laugh, Jimin's face, the way they looked at each other that day, it all kept flashing in his head like a bad dream. Taehyung, he's happier with him, Taehyung whispered bitterly, eyes stinging. Of course he is. He deserves someone who smiles at him, who praises him, who doesn't freeze up when he reaches for their hand. Taehyung closed his eyes and let his arm fall over them, just rising and falling in heavy silence. He had spent so long convincing himself he didn't deserve Jungkook. Now maybe Jungkook finally realized it too. Meanwhile, in the bedroom, Jungkook peeked at the clock, 1:37 a.m. Taehyung still hadn't come in. He hugged his bunny plush tighter, frowning. Jungkook, maybe he's really working late. But the edge in his chest whispered otherwise. Something was wrong, but he didn't know what. Time skip. It was late afternoon. The office lobby buzzed with people, but Taehyung wasn't paying attention to anyone. He had just finished a training board meeting when he stepped out of the elevator, his head pounding, his heart heavier than ever. He hadn't slept properly in 2 days. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Jungkook smiling at Jimin. He hadn't spoken to Jungkook since that night. Not properly, not emotionally. And now, as fate would have it, he saw them across the hallway just past the glass conference room. Jungkook was there again, with Jimin laughing, smiling, bright. Jimin had leaned in close, whispering something in his ear. Jungkook covered his mouth to muffle his laugh, his eyes glowing with that sparkle Taehyung used to see every morning, only now it wasn't for him. Taehyung's heart clenched so tightly he thought he might pass out. His legs froze, his hands curled into fists. He didn't realize his breathing had picked up until his assistant called his name. Assistant, sir, are you alright? Taehyung, he raised an hand. Cancel my next meeting. Assistant, but sir. Taehyung, I said cancel it. He snapped. He turned and walked back to his office, his pace fast, his expression blank. But inside his heart was falling apart piece by piece. He slammed the office door shut behind him, and then, for the first time in years, came Taehyung. He ripped off his tie, just having eyes stinging. He gripped at the edge of his desk and let out a strangled whisper. Now, why are you doing this to me, Jungkook? His voice cracked. I don't know how to be warm like him. I don't know how to say it like he can. But I love you. I love you so much. It hurts. His voice died as a tear slipped down his face. I was going to tell you, he whispered, eyes yet bright, but you already gave up on me, didn't you? Meanwhile, Jungkook glanced at the time, heart fluttering with nerves. I should go, he told Jimin, standing up. I think Javi's meeting ended. Jimin raised an eyebrow, still feeling guilty. Jungkook pouted. He's been so sweet lately. What if he's getting tired of me? Jimin groaned. No, Bunny, he's not tired of you. He's probably dying inside. Trust me, any second now, that man's going to break. Jungkook blushed. You really think so? Jimin smirked and handed him a tiny mirror. Go check. I bet you are the only thing on his mind right now. Jungkook nodded and left, but frowned when saw no one was in the office. He asked a boy who was arranging files. Jungkook, excuse me, where is Taehyung? Sir left a few minutes ago. Jungkook, confused, left this much early. Okay, thanks. Jungkook also left the office and go home. That evening, the house was too quiet. Jungkook stood at the kitchen counter, nervously stirring soup that was already done. He glanced at the clock, 8:43 p.m. Taehyung was home. He had come in quickly an hour ago, no greeting, no eye contact, and headed straight into his room, shutting the door behind him. Not a word. Jungkook's heart sank. This wasn't the usual coldness, the polished, professional silence he was used to. This felt personal. He stood at the hallway, bowl of warm soup in his hand, staring at Taehyung's closed door. His feet moved before he could stop them. Knock, knock, Jungkook. Harvey, he called softly. I made soup. You didn't eat again. Silence, Jungkook chewed his bottom lip. Are you okay? Still nothing. After a few seconds, he signed and turned away, whispering. You're avoiding me. He placed the untouched bowl outside the door and walked back to the living room, shoulders heavy. Inside the room, Taehyung sat on the edge of his bed, head in his hands. Eyes wide, he had heard every word. He wanted to open the door to pull Jungkook in, to fall to his knees and confess everything, but he couldn't because he thought he was already too late. The next morning was worse. Jungkook woke up early again, cooked breakfast, set the table, and waited. No sign of Taehyung. He checked the home office, empty. His heart pounded as he checked the garage. The car was gone. He had left without saying a single word. Jungkook stood there completely still, his chest etching. Is he mad at me? He whispered. Did I go too far? His eyes burned. I didn't want this. I just wanted him to notice me. That night again, Taehyung didn't come to dinner, didn't come to bed, didn't say goodnight, and for the first time, Jungkook's call let go. He stood outside the office door, tears in his eyes, whispering, Jungkook, why won't you talk to me, Heavy? Did I lose you? From the other side, Taehyung sat silently, broken, stubborn, and hurting more than he ever had. The creak of the house was louder than ever. Jungkook sat at the dining table, his eyes fixed on untouched food in front of him. His fingers trembled slightly as he picked at his sleeve. The same pattern, the same silence, the same edge in his chest. He couldn't do it anymore. With sudden determination, he stood up, walked down the hallway, and stood in front of Young's office door. His heart pounding wildly in his chest. No more waiting, no more pretending. Jungkook. He flung the door open. Why are you avoiding me? Hyung looked up from behind his desk, startled. His pen fell from his hand. He looked exhausted, so twinkled. His hair messy eyes are swollen like he hadn't slept in days. Jungkook, Jungkook, no, Jungkook, cut his voice. Don't jump me like everything is normal. He stepped forward, just having voice trembling. You have been avoiding me for days. You left without saying goodbye. You don't eat the food I make. You don't talk to me. You won't even look at me. Hyun stood up slowly, tense. It's not what you think. I just Jungkook. Then what have you? Jungkook's map tears already blurred his vision. Because I'm going crazy thinking I did something wrong. Hyun opened his mouth but said nothing. Jungkook now brutally shaking his head for silence again. That's all I ever get from you. His voice cracked as the tears finally spilled. I tried so hard, Heavy. I gave you everything I had. I waited for your affection. I waited for your care. Every morning I made your favorite breakfast. Every night I stand by the door hoping you would come home early. I gave you every soft part of me and you gave me nothing. True Titan. That's not true, Jungkook. Then why do I feel so alone in our marriage? Jungkook whispered. Why do I feel like I'm the only one who cares? He stepped closer, no hands trembling. I thought if I acted distance, if I stopped crying, maybe you would notice, maybe you would ask what's wrong, maybe you would finally say something. His voice dropped. I didn't want to play games, I just wanted to know, did you ever feel anything for me? His waist twist like he would be instead. Jungkook, voice tracks completely not broken and soft. You love me, India was I just a man contract. French. I didn't know how to love you, he whispered. I was scared. Have always been scared, Jungkook. Of me, Jungkook asked me to no, Hyun said shaking his head was raw. Of course, of how much I feel for you. Jungkook blinked away, catching in his throat. Hyun, I have to Jungkook. Hyun said, stepping no. I loved you so much that it terrified me. I didn't know what to do with those feelings. I didn't think I deserved you. You are all sunshine and calm, and I'm just this cold, broken person who doesn't know how to show affection. His hands trembled at his sides. When I saw you with Jimin smiling like that, I thought maybe I would already lost you, Jungkook. With it, that wasn't real. Jimin told me to act distance to make you jealous. It was all just a stupid plan to get you to notice me. Taehyung's eyes widened. Jungkook, I was still waiting for you to fight for me. Jungkook whispered, voice breaking. I was still hoping, even if it was a silly idea, that he would finally come to me and say what I have been dying to hear. Taehyung stared at him frozen. Jungkook, You think I could ever love someone else the way I love you, Harvey? Jungkook's voice trembled. I look at you, and all I want is for you to look back. A long silence, then without another word, Taehyung surged forward. And pulled Jungkook onto his arm, holding him tightly against his chest like he would never let go again. Taehyung, I'm sorry, he whispered against his ear. I am so sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. I just didn't know how to show it, how to be the man you deserve. Jungkook buried his face into his shoulder, sobbing. You are all I wanted, everything I know, and you are all have ever needed. He gently pulled back upon Jungkook's face with trembling hands. Can I try now? Can I finally give you what you have been waiting for, my love? Jungkook nodded, crying, hearing my love. Yes, I just want to have your love you, and for the first time since their marriage began, Taehyung leaned down and kissed his bunny softly, deeply, desperately, and this time it wasn't cold. It was everything Jungkook had been waiting for. Later that night, the rain pattered softly against the windows, and the dim golden glow from the bedroom lamp painted the room in warmth. Jungkook lay curled up the bed, freshly showered, wearing one of Taehyung's button-up shirts far too big for him, hanging loose off one shoulder, brushing his bare thighs. His damp hairs clung to his forehead as he looked up with a mischievous power. Taehyung entered the room moments later, towel around his neck, shirtless, muscles tensing as he paused at the side before him. God, his bunny looked like temptation itself. Jungkook smiled softly. You are staring, Taehyung swallowed. You are teasing. Jungkook rolled onto his back, stretched, exposing more of his soft thighs, his voice light and playful. Jiminy said, I looked good like this. Said I have the hands of a runway model. Taehyung expression immediately darkened. He said, what? Jungkook blinked innocently. He even said if I ever got bored of being ignored, he would happily take me before he could finish the sentence. Taehyung was already on the bed, rolling over him in one smooth, dominant motion, caging him in with his arms on either side. Don't finish that sentence, funny, he growled loudly, eyes locked into Jungkook's wide ones. You think this is funny, Jungkook bit his lips, a teasing smile dancing on his mouth. A little, Taehyung. You really want to test me, bunny? Taehyung leaned down, brushing his nose along Jungkook's jaw. I just told you I love you, and now you want to act like you belong to someone else, Jungkook. I just wanted to see if you meant it. Jungkook whispered breathlessly, shivering at the feels of Taehyung's lips grazing his skin. You always said so little. Taehyung's hand slid under his shirt palm Jungkook's as he pressed a hot kiss to his neck. Taehyung, you belong to me, he murmured, trailing kisses up to his hair. Every inch of you, every breath, said Jungkook with his I belong to you, Taehyung. That's right, Taehyung rolled against his sword, pulling him closer, skin to skin. Only me, the next kiss was deeper, hungry, possessive, desperate. Taehyung devoured Jungkook like he was claiming what had always been his. Jungkook gasped into the kisses, fingers strangling in Taehyung's damp hairs. Taehyung, you could drive me crazy, Taehyung murmured as he kissed down Jungkook's collarbone, hands roaming over the boy's flushed, sensitive skin with that soft voice, the body wrapped in my clothes, teasing me with another man's name. Jungkook whimpered softly, urging into him. Tight, Taehyung, say it again, Taehyung commanded, biting gently at his shoulder. Say who you belong to, Jungkook. You, Jungkook, nails scratching down his back. Only you. Their bodies moved in rhythm, tangled in shears and sheer heat as Taehyung whispered apologizes into his skin over and over. I love you, I love you, I love you. And for the first time, Jungkook didn't have to wonder. He felt it in every kiss, every touch, every breathless whisper between them. Later that night, wrapped in Taehyung's arm under the covers, Jungkook smiled sleepily, his fingers drawing lazy circles on Taehyung's chest. Jungkook saw no more being cold to me. Taehyung tightened his grip around him, pressing a kiss to his forehead. Never again, he whispers. Jungkook giggles, even if I talk to. Taehyung rolled softly, biting his ear gently. Talk, but don't wear my shorts around him. Jungkook giggles. They fell asleep, tangled together, warm, loved, and at peace. The cold CEO was gone. Now there was only Taehyung, the man who would spend every day making sure his bunny never felt unloved again.